Good afternoon and welcome to News 9. I'm Nolan Pinto. Now, a group of URA supporters came together to pay homage to the great writer in Mangalore. Now, after paying their last respects, the supporters vented their anger over the sadistic celebration by a few men claiming to be from the right-wing groups. The URA supporters burnt an effigy of the Bajrang Dal and shouted slogans asking them to be ousted from the state. Now, last evening, even as the state government announced 3 days of mourning as a mark of respect to eminent writer U.R. Ananthamurthy, some activists belonging to the right-wing outfit celebrated his demise by bursting crackers, not just in Mangalore but also in Chikmagalur. Now, these supporters of U.R. Ananthamurthy, after paying their last respects, vented their anger over the sadistic celebration by a few men claiming to be from the far right-wing groups. The URA supporters burnt an effigy of Bajrang Dal and shouted slogans asking them to be ousted from the state. For more on this, I'm joined by my colleague Arun. Arun, what more can you tell us about what's happened there in Mangalore?
That's right, Nolan. In fact, it now seems to be a kind of a tit for tat. Remember, this is a very disgusting kind of act. A person, a Gyanpith Award winner, he was one of the persons who brought a lot of fame and glory to the world of Kannada literature. And the fact that the person is no more means there must have been some amount of sensibilities involved, and people should have exercised restraint. Instead of doing so, these people indulged in merrymaking and celebration of sorts, and that is something which has irked a lot of people who necessarily need not be supporters of URA, but the fact that he was a very well-known person has created a lot of sympathy. The public at large wants to sympathize with the former writer's family. They want to share the grief, and one of the ways they have shown to share the grief is to actually burn the effigy of the controversial activist group, which actually celebrated the passing away of the great literary figure, Nolan, and that has also been noticed not just by the district administration but even by the Chief Minister himself. In fact, while speaking to media personnel at Mysore, CM Siddaramaiah has clearly said that they will take very strict action. They will not allow this incident to go unnoticed. They will take very severe action against those people who actually indulged in this kind of celebration, because this is a matter of great shame. Remember, he was not an ordinary writer. He was one of the Gyanpith Award winners, and Gyanpith is the Indian equivalent of the Nobel Prize. So clearly, this is something which none of the people, particularly the government, is willing to sit quiet and twiddle their thumbs. So clearly, there's going to be severe action round the corner once the funeral rites are completed. Probably the district administration will be given specific instructions how to go about handling this kind of nuisance element. Even somebody, let me just make a passing reference to this particular point, Nolan. Even somebody like Narendra Modi, who was actually a kind of a person who came under fire by many of these activist writers, has also tweeted his condolence about the great writer. So clearly, this is a very solemn occasion. It's a mourning. It's time for mourning. You have to remember the greatness of the writer, and if you are going to quell free speech in this country by not allowing the writers to express their opinion, then you could say that democracy itself will be long dead in the long run, Nolan.
Now, considering what has happened over there, we heard that 5 of them have been arrested. Do we know who they are, which party they belong to, and what about the rest? Because we are told not just 5 but more than 5 actually took part in these bursting crackers last night.
Nolan, that's right, but the police has as usual, are tight-lipped. They perhaps don't want to vitiate the situation at this point of time, but clearly you can be given to understand that the police is not willing to sit by and twiddle their thumbs. They have taken very serious note of what has happened, and they have also, we are given to believe, arrested those people, but they have stopped short of actually identifying who these people are or giving out their names, Nolan.
Right, Arun, thank you very much for all those details. Well, the Chief Minister has now promised strict action against miscreants who celebrated the death of UR Ananthamurthy. 5 people have been arrested from Mudigere in Chikmagalur, bursting crackers and shouting anti-URA slogans. Now, it was not just in Chikmagalur but in Mangalore as well, where miscreants celebrated his demise by bursting crackers. They claimed that God had taken him away because of his anti-Modi stand. Around 10 people, allegedly belonging to a right-wing group, gathered at Kadri Welcome Arch and burst crackers for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, UR Ananthamurthy had courted controversy with his anti-Modi remarks that he would leave the country if Modi were to be elected Prime Minister. Now, Karnataka is mourning the loss of its literary legend, UR Ananthamurthy. Several politicians, including ministers, MLAs, have thronged Ravindra Kalakshetra to pay homage. Now, Chief Minister also paid his last respects, even as URA's wife broke down as he condoled the family. Now, the final ceremonies will be conducted with full state honours at around 4 this evening. The state government has now decided that UR Ananthamurthy will be cremated at Kalagrama in Bangalore University. The decision was announced by the Chief Minister. Well, the Karnataka government has also announced a 3-day state mourning. And today is a holiday for its offices and educational institutions as a mark of respect to Ananthamurthy, one of the 7 Kannada writers to get the coveted Jnanapith honour. You can clearly see S.M. Krishna over there, former Chief Minister and former Union Minister. Now, earlier this morning, an emotional Girish Karnad said that he had lost a dear friend and the world had lost a great writer.
ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನಗಂತೂ ಅನಂತಮೂರ್ತಿ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನನ್ನ ದಿಕ್ಕನ್ನೇ ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಿದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಕಾದಂಬರಿ ಓದಿದ ದಿವಸ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನನಗೆ ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನೂ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾನು ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರ ಕಲಾಕಾರನಾಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಒಂದು ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರೋ ಬಾಳನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಯ್ಯೋದು ಒಂದು 4-5 ಜನ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರ ಅನಂತಮೂರ್ತಿಯವರ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಆದರೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಿತ್ರರ ಗುಣದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅನಂತಮೂರ್ತಿಯವರ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಿರವಾದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೆದರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದೇ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಗೋಹತ್ಯೆ ನಿಷೇಧ ಇದರಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಕಲಿಸೋದ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಹಲವಾರು ವಿಷಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಹಿಂದುತ್ವವಾದಿ ವಿಷಯಗಳಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಅದು ಬಹಳ ಮಂದಿಗೆ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಅವರು ಹೆದರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೆದರದೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹಲವಾರು ವಿಷಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಿಂತೆ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಜೀವನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ನೆಟ್ಟಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ನಿಷ್ಠೆ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಿತ್ರನನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನನಗಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಲೀಡರ್ ನಾನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತನ್ನ ನಾನು ಆಲಿಸಿದ್ದೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಬಲ್ಲೆ ನಾನು.
That was Girish Karnad speaking to media channels early this morning. Now, your Ananthamurthy is known to have held agnostic views on religion. The family has decided to hold his cremation according to Vedic rituals. The body has now been placed at Ravindra Kalakshetra for the public to pay their last respects. He will be cremated at Kalagrama in Bangalore University. Now, the police have set roadblocks to keep the roads clear for the VIP guests. Several people from different backgrounds have been visiting Ravindra Kalakshetra to pay their last respects to his mortal remains. Authors, actors and political leaders are expected to keep coming to Ravindra Kalakshetra to pay their last respects. In fact, what you see on the right of your television screen are preparations for his final resting place, where the cremation will take place at around 4 this evening. Now, that's within Bangalore University campus. And on the left of your television screen, you can see politicians, MPs, MLAs from various parties, as now from the BJP over there, condoling his son, daughter and wife, and also paying their last respects to his mortal remains. Well, the Chief Minister was also there this morning at the Ravindra Kalakshetra. After leaving the place, he spoke on the greatness of UR Ananthamurthy. Let's listen into that.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮಾಜವಾದಿಗಳ ಒಡನಾಟ ಇತ್ತು ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಲೋಹಿಯಾ ಅವರು, ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಗೌಡರು, ಜೆ.ಎಚ್. ಪಟೇಲ್ರು, ಹೀಗೆ ದೇಶದ ಮತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮಾಜವಾದಿಗಳ ಒಡನಾಟ ಇತ್ತು ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅನಿಸಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಸಮಾಜದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ರಾಜಕೀಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತನ್ನ ಅದನ್ನ ನಿಷ್ಠುರವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅದು ಅನೇಕ ಸಾರಿ ಅದು ವಾದ ವಿವಾದಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಳಗಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಅವರ ನಿಲುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿಗೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಸಾರಸ್ವತ ಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ತಂದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿನೇ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ, ಜ್ಞಾನಪೀಠ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಕೂಡ ದೊರಕಿತ್ತು. ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನ ಗರಿಮೆ ಹಿರಿಮೆಯನ್ನ ಎತ್ತಿಡಿದಿದ್ರು. ಅವರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸದಾ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದದ್ದು, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಒಂದು ಭಾಷೆ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಮಗುವು ಕೂಡ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಬೇಕು. ಆಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವರ ನಿಜವಾದಂತ ಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿಕಾಸ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾದಂತ ನಿಲುವನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು.
Well, the Chief Minister over there speaking about UR Ananthamurthy. Now, DV Sadananda Gowda was also present. Let's listen into what DVS had to say.